Like, some people love it because of the money, some people like it because of the freedom, some people like it because they don't want to have a boss to tell them what to do. So, like, what has made you decide to go into entrepreneurship?
Long nights, long days, this is my fight. A small cage, but a big heart.
Hey guys, welcome back to my show. I'm so excited to have Ben here. Today we're going to break limiting beliefs in the construction space. You're my first person in construction. I'm like, I want to have an astronaut on here. I want to have somebody that works for freaking Costco on here. Like, I want to have a guy that maybe does like some Andy's filming on here. Like, I got these list of people that I want to do podcasts with. And You're the first for construction. So before we get into this podcast, welcome, Ben.
Thank you.
I've been talking for the first 59 seconds. So welcome onto the podcast. Welcome to the show. You live here locally in Scottsdale, Arizona. Phoenix, Arizona.
Yeah.
Very good. And I have a lot of people that listen to a lot of podcasts in mine. So I guess before we begin, I want you to share, why should somebody stop and listen to this specific one? Why should they listen to your story?
I haven't thought about that. Why should they listen? I mean, I started down here and then pushed myself through a lot of different situations that I was in that were kind of difficult, and maybe some people would give up at that point, or would just like go work for someone, and I just knew that I can be successful, and I pushed myself through a ton of different situations, and brought myself to a place where I'm in control. I have my own business, my own teams, kind of, managing people, helping our teams to be more successful. We all grow together. So, I mean, we have like a whole kind of like small little community, and basically started from, doing landscaping for this homeowner when I lived in Maui, that had this huge backyard, and me and another friend were just doing landscaping for him for like $15-20 an hour, into just being where I am today. So I mean, that's might be interesting for some people. I don't know.
Yeah, for everybody. Yeah. You're an underdog. That's what we
Yeah.
call an underdog, because you're willing to actually put in the hard work.
Yeah.
Most people want to automate things and just
Yeah.
make it automatic. And it's like, no, you got to get out there.
Yeah.
So were you born and raised in Hawaii?
No, I was born in New York, moved to Israel, which is where I'm from. I was there until I was 22, and then I went to Maui on a surf trip and just ended up kind of staying. I was pretty much living like a beach life for maybe 8 years that I was there, until like something switched, and I was like, I gotta figure it out a little better. I went to California. I was doing some different stuff there, working in a garage door company, then got into the construction business, which is kind of what I was in my whole life, because when I was in Israel, I was doing a lot of construction with my dad, just like doing the actual work. So I had a lot of knowledge on it, and then I was managing projects in California, and then I moved here to do it because there's a lot of construction going on here. I partnered up with another company. We did that for a few years where I was a managing partner. And then I started this thing with a partner from California, and we kind of made it into what we have today.
Very good.
Yeah.
Why construction? Or, that's because your father did construction.
Yeah, I mean,
So
I was his assistant, since I was 14.
Mm-hmm. Is the material very different from there than it is here?
It's different. Yeah, the construction is different. Like there, the walls are all from concrete blocks.
Uh-huh.
And here it's mostly wood and drywall. So that's the big difference. So that makes a difference in, like, if you want to run electrical through the walls and, stuff like that, that's where it causes, like, that's where the big difference is.
What's the biggest, and you do homes, you specialize in homes. What is the biggest project that you worked on in Israel?
In Israel, we did a lot of, like, new home construction.
What does something like that cost for over there versus over here?
Honestly, I don't really know, because I was just one of the guys that's doing the work. So I was just getting paid, hourly. Had no idea what money they make or anything like that. So yeah, I don't really know the cost there to build something.
Is it like a 2-bedroom, 2-bath kind of thing, like the US?
We were doing like these villas, a lot of villas.
Okay,
like
so maybe condos.
private homes.
I
People
see.
that build, kind of custom homes.
Mhm.
So we were doing sometime the concrete work, sometime the tile work, sometime like painting, just a lot of different stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How so and then went along this process. Where did you meet your wife? Was this
When I moved here,
to Arizona?
yeah,
When was that?
3 years ago.
Oh, how did you meet her?
3.5 years ago. One of the dating apps.
Oh, I
Yeah.
love it. Which
Yeah.
one is it? We're going to recommend it. I'm just kidding. We should get paid for this right now for us advertising this. and
Yeah,
putting it
right?
out. That's cool.
Okay.
You just found her on a
It wa-
dating app and went out
yeah.
on a date?
Yeah, we went on a date. Her story is that she never had a dating app, and one of her friends told her, like, to try it because she was single, and and I was the first one she met on it. So we went on a date, and we hit it off right away.
Where'd you
It
take
was
her out on a date? Because
to-
I feel like I need to give some good dating advice during this
I
podcast
think
too,
it
as
was,
well for other men.
It was a brewery, but I don't remember which one.
Oh, you gotta
it was a
find it.
brewery.
You gotta find it so you can take her back there, then like relive that moment again. That would be cute.
Yeah, right?
Valentine's Day is coming up,
When is that?
February
February what?
14th.
I'm bad with
Oh
those
my
dates.
gosh, Ben! Yes, February 14th.
I hope she doesn't see it.
February 14th. So just like try to go back, maybe in your photos or something. I don't know if you have a photo, but try to remember where that was at. That would be
Yeah.
really cute. That's a good idea
Yeah, that's
for you to
a
bring
great
her
idea.
back there, and then like like kind of trigger those memories again and bring them up.
Yeah.
That's cool. Okay, so then you guys got married. How fast did you guys get married from when you met?
No, we didn't get married yet.
Oh, you haven't been
No.
married. So,
I-
okay,
I
so when's
proposed
next?
to her, like, what is it, like a year and a half ago,
Uh-huh.
and then she got pregnant. So we were waiting until she's,
Yeah.
no longer breastfeeding, and she can actually kind of have fun if we do a wedding.
Yeah. The baby's
Yeah.
a little bit more independent. Doesn't
Yeah,
need,
exactly.
your
Exactly.
little one doesn't need
So
her.
I think we're gonna do it around March or April.
Okay. Where are you
Yeah.
guys going to go?
Mexico.
Where at? What part?
San Carlos.
Oh, yeah. San Carlos. What the heck?
Do you know that spot?
Yeah, the Elliots have a house out there. We go there like twice a year.
Really?
Yeah, what are the chances of that? I'm
Because
looking.
it's a 6-hour drive from here.
I
so-
know, yeah. The Elliots bought a house there literally like when they were starting the Elliott group. Jacqueline bought property. She actually has there's a villa in there. I wonder if it's in the same property. Is it a gated community? Or where you
Well,
guys are going?
we haven't been yet. We're gonna go check it out.
Oh
and
my gosh.
find the spot to do the
That's
wedding.
so funny because that's where we're gonna get married at. I'm gonna get married in San Carlos. Nobody knows
Nice.
this. They would have to scroll into this podcast 8 minutes to find this. That's so funny. So Jacqueline and Andy have houses. There's like a gated community. It's a villa,
Mm-hmm.
and majority of the people that own the property in there are from the U.S. And they built out like Airbnbs or
Yeah.
beach houses.
Yeah, I know.
but-
It's becoming like more and more popular.
Yeah,
Kinda
especially
like
because it's a
Cabo.
6-hour drive. Yes, like Cabo, but it's beautiful, and they have like all of the. They got restaurants on the beach, and then they have like excursions, so you can go out and fishing. But the Elliots have 2 properties, so what we do is they take the entire company. We like shut down the company for a week, and we all go out there for a full weekend.
Really?
You know,
Oh, that would be fun.
enjoy the team. I mean, we work very hard. They treat us for it, but me and my boyfriend met each other through the Elliott group. So we were talking about getting married on the beach out there and doing it like
That's
on
awesome.
a weekday.
Yeah, and you'll get you'll just rent one of the houses
Yeah,
or something.
yeah,
and,
that's exactly what we
that would
do.
be
And then
awesome.
there's a resort. There's a couple of resorts out there. So
Yeah,
if you want
that's what
family-
we're gonna look at.
Yep.
One of the resorts.
It's so cheap because the currency exchange. So I think the one of the resorts that's like right next to the beach. It's a tall tower. I think it was last time we looked. It was like $500 for 2 nights, and
Yeah,
you get a
yeah, it's
full-on beach
super-
view and
yeah.
everything. It's like
And it's like perfect food, like fresh
so.
fish. And
When are you guys gonna go out to like check out the area? Are you guys gonna go, or no? You're just gonna kind of do it. Or-
Yeah, I think we're gonna go out there maybe in like a month or so. We're going in 3 weeks. We're going to the Bahamas for a week.
Mhm.
So after we get back from there, probably we'll go check it
Oh,
out.
cool. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, you're gonna love it. I'll recommend you some of the great food places that are down there too.
Nice.
So now I want to
Yeah.
kind of get back into being like an entrepreneur, you owning your business, right? You guys have 3 locations,
Yeah.
one here, one in California, one in Seattle. And why have you decided that entrepreneurship is a way for you? Like some people love it because of the money, some people like it because of the freedom, some people like it because they don't want to have a boss to tell them what to do. So like what has made you decide to go into
Yeah.
entrepreneurship?
So it's kind of a lot of things because um, when I lived in Maui, I was doing like the landscaping stuff, and I was also working in a restaurant. Um, and in the restaurant, there was like the people that were in charge, awesome people, very nice people, all still my friends, but they're kind of like the way their policies and the way that they, you want you to do things didn't seem like made sense to me a lot of times, and I was like, okay, I understand, I need to do things to make the restaurant be better, but I think it makes more sense to do it in a different way. And I was like, in my head, okay, like this is not my path. I need to do something that I can be in charge and follow my logic in running things. So that's when I kind of like was like, I need to make a change. And then another thing was, I was dating someone else at the time, and I started thinking about family and stuff. And I was like, I can't be doing this and have a family. I need to like make more money so that I can, travel and take them places and show my kids the world and stuff like that. So I was like, I gotta start making more money. And then I went to, yeah, that's kind of like, those are the two, I think, main things that got me going on
How
that
have you
journey.
been so good at taking risks? Because taking a risk, owning a second location and third is
Yeah.
that's a big deal because
Yeah.
you're not there all day. You're here in,
Yeah.
in Phoenix. Like you are counting on somebody else to properly run your baby.
Yeah.
Like that is your blood, sweat, and tears and the money that you're putting into, lights and to care for the facility. So like
Yeah.
how have you disconnected yourself and detached from the emotion and
Yeah, I think I was always good at like taking a risk because I just never see it as a risk, I always look at it as like it doesn't matter, like worst thing that will happen is I'll get back to where I am already right now. So that's was like my mentality. So I never even thought about it as like taking a risk. I was just like, let's do it, we gotta do it. If it works out, perfect, and we're gonna make sure it works out. And we actually had another location in San Diego that we just recently were shutting it down because of different things. But yeah, I mean, we tried, and it was just not our thing, and we had more success with our other stuff. So, it is what it is. We just went for it. That's how it is. And I think my partner, his name is Sam. He's more like into like the accounting part and managing the money and stuff like that, and I'm more into like pushing us in a specific direction, so we work good together. So like working with him makes it easier because he doesn't bash heads with me. He's like, I agree, that's a smart thing to do. Or when he says something, same thing. So it's, yeah, I mean, I wasn't scared at all. I knew we were gonna make it.
That's good.
Yeah.
A lot of people live in a scarcity mindset. They're so scared to do things. And it's like,
Yeah.
well, if you don't try, you're never going to know what the outcome is. And worst case scenario, I mean,
Yeah.
you just rebuild it again. That's
Exactly.
that's
Yeah.
powerful. Did and your wife with the business, does she come around, or does she help with it, or is she involved, or she supports you?
She's.
I'm assuming she supports you, or else you wouldn't have opened up the other 2 locations.
Yeah. She's so much. She has so much, like a huge part in this because of, like, just like her advice sometimes, and mental support, and just being there when I need her. So I mean, without her, it would be way more difficult.
Yeah. Do you guys travel to the other locations together? Do you guys ever
No.
go to the other ones?
She's not involved in the business at all. The only way she's involved is what she hears from me at home,
I see.
and
I see.
then her, feedback is
Do you have
amazing.
Do you have a son or a daughter?
Son.
Okay. So, is there an expectation in your household for him to take on the business? Do you want him to?
No,
Or you're just
not at
like,
all.
whatever, it's okay.
No, I don't want him to. I mean, if he wants to, but I want him to be. Like, I want him to have his own thing, like to be successful on his own.
Mm.
Like, if it's his own business or if it's getting in with us or anything, just want him to. But first of all, I want him to learn those like lessons, because if I just help him out, it's not gonna happen.
Mm.
That's how I see it.
Yeah. What are some of the biggest breakthroughs that you've learned about yourself building your business?
Breakthroughs. I don't really know, because I think all this mindset, like the ideas that I have and the way that I am, is something that I already kind of had before, but I wasn't able to, like I just didn't make it happen. I just had this kind of mindset, but I was like thinking about it more than doing,
Yeah.
until I started doing. I guess the breakthrough was that if I do something, or like make something happen, then you can actually make it happen. You just have to do the thing instead of thinking about it.
What's helped you think bigger? Because a lot of people need exposure to things. A lot of people need to see what is possible. So how do you keep that mindset of like, I want to be number one in the U.S. Like, I want to have multiple locations, and I want us to be the best in every single state. How do you, like, what is that in your eyes?
What is the thing? I mean, it's a lot of different things, but I guess, can you ask it again?
Yeah, like I guess I want to know, like, for me internally, I'm more in it for business because I want to compete more than I want the results.
Okay.
So like for me, what pushes me is I get pissed off.
Yeah.
Like, I know that if I'm not being a better girlfriend at home, my man's going to find another woman that is going to give him what he needs.
Yeah.
If I don't be a better employee here at work, well, somebody else is working harder after me and is going to take my job here.
Yeah.
Like, if I don't stay 2 steps ahead and constantly, like, stirred up and hungry to want more, like, I know that while I'm sleeping, somebody else is going to come take it after me. So I live in this, like, kind of, like, pissed off mentality of, like, somebody's chasing after me.
Yeah, like you're in a competition kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I've seen it happen before. And it's like, if you don't step up, your competition's going to take it away from you. So
That's
how
true.
have you taught yourself that, like, hey, I'm going to be the best. Like, I'm going to lead my team, and this is important to me. I don't want to be like another construction company. Like, there's millions of them out there. Like, I want to be the best because I know what I stand for. I know my habits. I know my routines. I take care of my health. Like, my people are important. So, like, kind of, I guess, walk me through what that is like for you in your mind of, like, I don't want to just be another company.
Yeah, for me, it's more like I don't really think about, like, the competition almost at all. Like, sometimes I will, like, to be honest, but I'm not trying to ignore it. It's just, like, automatically, I don't think about that. Like, I think the thing that motivates me a lot is, like, seeing the people around me, like, move forward, like, my partners or all the guys that work with us, that are doing the work, that, like, work hard and support their family. And I guess if I see them, make more money, then I feel good. And I don't know, I think that's my main thing. So yeah, I think the competition is something that either subconsciously or consciously I'm just ignoring, and just thinking about how to, help more people. And also, I like it when, like, for example, like my sales team, all of them have an opportunity to grow. Like that makes me feel good that I know that they're gonna have something more in the future. Like if we work hard together and we can develop it and open more locations, then I know that they're gonna have a space to grow. And so it's I don't know. I think that's my biggest kind of motivation.
That's cool. That's
Yeah.
neat.
And
Seeing other
obviously,
people win.
yeah, exactly.
How
My
do you
family.
how do you ensure that your team? This is one thing that I can't stand hearing people say is like, I'm good. Like, oh yeah, I'm doing good. I'm like, no, I don't want to do good. I want to do freaking great. Like,
Yeah.
I want to have all the income. I want to have my teams to be fulfilled. How do you make sure that your sales team never gets comfortable with the just like, I'm good? Like, no, you can
Because
have more. There's
I
opportunity.
catch them on their mistakes like every single day, and
Mm.
that's how, like
You
I
have hard
just
conversations with them.
yeah, all the time. I just call them, or they call me, or every time I call them, I make sure that they did the thing and they did it right. And if they didn't, then I'm gonna let them know right away.
I like that.
Make
Well,
sure they take care of it.
there's a lot of people that are going to listen to this podcast, and most business owners, not all, most have a really tough time with being direct with their people. It makes them feel uncomfortable because
Yeah.
they don't want to let people down, and then they don't want to be the bad guy, right? They want to be like the friend almost,
Yeah.
right? But it's
You have to
difficult
find
for
this
them to be.
balance. You have
Yeah.
to
So
find
how
a
do you
balance.
do that? What's worked for you? How have you created
First
a
of all,
relationship?
I have like a nice demeanor, automatic. Like that's just who I am. And even when I'm gonna be super mad at you, I'm gonna like just tell you the facts. Here's the problem. Like you need to fix this like for this reason. And they understand that I'm upset, but they know that it makes sense. So like if you say the problem and if you tell them what's the problem, how to solve it, and why this is a problem, and they understand the logic, then I think that makes it more, it's easier to agree with. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do. A lot of people have ego. So some people can
Yeah.
take the criticism and then others
Yeah.
get offended or like, I can't believe you just said that. Or,
Yeah. And also admit that you're wrong sometimes. If I'm wrong, if I said something and it was not the right thing, then you have to kind of, you can't be like your ego, with the ego head in the wall, and I'm like, no, yeah,
Yeah.
so it kind of,
How do you find a lot of your team members? Is it of somebody that knows of somebody that is looking for an opportunity, or are you guys always actively hiring? Or
I've been lucky because every time I've been looking for someone, they just knocked on my door. I swear it was crazy. Like a guy that I know from many years ago just saw on Facebook that I live in Phoenix, and he was moving to Phoenix. And he was like, "What do you do? Like, let's hang out, let's meet up, And I told him what I do, and he's like, "I've been wanting to get into this business, construction." And he was like pushing to get started to work with me, and I wasn't even ready yet. Like I was just doing my own thing, and I was like, "Okay, let's give you a chance. He's my best sales guy right now."
wow,
Yeah.
you attracted him.
Yeah. And then same thing with two more guys. And just yesterday, another guy that I was having problems with sourcing cabinets. We've been having just problems with that because all the cabinet dealers, each one has its own, like a different problem. So
Oh,
a guy
no.
came to me
Are you talking
yesterday.
about like the manufacture process?
More like the ordering
Oh no.
and like the delivering and measuring and stuff like that.
Okay.
There's mistakes
Oh.
all the time. And then one guy that I know from like I don't know, maybe 10 months ago, I forgot about him completely, and he called me yesterday as I was thinking about what to do with cabinets, and he's like telling me, "I'm back in town, like do you want to talk?" And so this, it's just people come up, and I don't know, people appear from nowhere every
Wow,
time you
that's
need
so
them.
cool.
Yeah.
And so like for your cabinets, for an example, like let's just say I wanted to renovate my 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 kitchen, my dining room.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't like any of this white. I want to put like oak in it. I want to put this style. So you would come over to my house,
Yeah.
measure everything, right?
So
How does
we'll
that
come
work?
to your house. One of the sales guys or me, I still go to. We'll measure, we'll look, we'll see. Like kind of see what we need to do. Like sometimes the people will want to like take down a wall and stuff
Mhm.
like that. So we'll tell them some rough numbers. We'll try to arrange more meetings and get into more like the design work, the design aspect of it. Um, and then if we agree on everything, price and what you want is what we understand that you want, and we say let's move forward, then the designer will get involved and work with you on design. The cabinet guys will get involved and measure for cabinets and
Mhm.
place the order and everything like that.
So do you have certain companies that you use for certain
Yeah,
equipment?
we work with a lot of different companies
Okay.
because it depends on what the homeowner wants.
Uh-huh.
Because some homeowners would want to work, for example, with Bedrosians, which is a big company that does tile and countertops, and or some people wants to work with MSI or Arizona Tile. There's different vendors.
Got it. Got it.
So we
Okay.
have accounts with all of them, and we just work with them.
Okay.
Same thing for cabinets.
We have there's a I'm going to introduce you to Becky and Brian. Their company is Cabinet Creators, and they're here in Arizona, and they're the number one company that have produced the most amount of cabinets and been shipped out. They're the fastest.
Really?
And their company is here. It's
And
like
they
20
make
minutes away.
they make the cabinets here?
Yeah. Yeah.
Really?
Yep. They had a grand opening probably like, I don't know, like 2 months ago. Sean, when was that? 4 months ago? When did they do that opening, that grand opening? A month. Was that a month ago? So our whole company went over to their grand opening because they're a client of ours, and they did a full tour.
Wow.
Like we went into
They
their
have a
facility.
factory?
Yeah, it's right here. It was incredible. They're like, here's the wood. You're going to take the wood and you're going to feed it to this machine. And we watched the
What?
full entire production. I think the cabinet was built in maybe like 20 minutes?
Yeah, so
Wow.
20
they have
minutes?
2 CNC machines.
Yeah.
Is that what it was called?
Cabinets in an hour.
It was
That's-
incredible.
That's amazing.
It went through, and that was just one. And literally, they walked us through. They took the thing, they put it in, and it's like a snake, like this.
Okay.
And then at the very end, the cabinet's all done, and it's painted and everything.
Amazing.
Like it went from just wood, just plain nothing, and then it was done. And literally, the guy that built the cabinet goes boom, 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 staples in and does everything, and he goes, "Here's a cabinet." And I was like, "Oh my gosh,
Wow.
it's literally like in my house right now." They assembled it and built it within 20 minutes.
Yeah.
It was incredible. So I'll introduce you to them.
Yeah. So
Because
you see what
they're-
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just things appear.
Yeah,
They
you
just appear.
attracted those people
Yeah.
though because of who you are, because your intentions are in the right place.
Yeah, and that company might be also exactly what I'm looking for, because we are working with another cabinet supplier. I'm not gonna say their company's name because I don't wanna bash anyone, but like ordering from them, the whole process is horrible. So
Yeah.
we've been having a hard time. So I'm
No,
looking
these people
for
are.
a company
I
just
mean,
like that.
they are incredible people.
Yeah.
They've done a lot of business with us. We've been training with them, I think, for like a little less than a year now. But they're phenomenal people, and they're good quality people. They're good people, and I
Awesome.
think when you meet good people, those people, their business reflects it. See, because I tell people, you don't have a business problem, you have a personal problem.
Yeah.
Once you can fix your personal stuff in life,
Yeah.
then that translates over into business.
Totally.
Like when I talk to them, like they love who they are as
Yeah.
people, and they're just their story is crazy. Their son passed away. I think when he was in his early teens, they had lost their son in his early teens, and yeah, their story is insane. And they've done a lot of cabinet work for a lot of our clients. That's so funny. What are the chances of that? I'll have to introduce you to them because to see the process for you to walk through their factory. It's like 20 minutes away from here.
Yeah.
And
What's it called again?
Cabinet Creators.
Cabinet Creators.
That's their name. I'll put you in a text message in a group chat with
Yeah,
them so you can have their
please.
phone number. But we're eventually gonna get new like
I'm gonna go there
cabinets
right
in our
now.
house.
Let's check it out.
See, look, that's how much of a 1%er that you are. You're like, I want to go there now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they have like a full team. Like we have a full team. They're all like on deck, and they ship nationwide, and they're very fast and quick. And it's an industrial part of Phoenix, Scottsdale. I can't remember the exact location, but they're just they're very efficient with their work. So and who they
That's
are.
awesome.
But yeah, so I guess, and before when we wrap this up too as well, what is so I like to coin these podcasts. Breaking through limiting beliefs. So when I say that, I mean, for an example, like me, I have been in sales for 12 years. And something that I used to tell myself is people don't want to buy from me. They don't want to do business with me because I'm a girl or I'm young, or, I'd create these false limiting belief excuses in my brain.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you've had them in business.
That causes that to be reality. 'Cause
Yes.
when you think it, I know what you mean.
Because you believe it. So what are some limiting beliefs that you've broken through in business that you can share?
Limiting beliefs. I mean, the main thing is that I just never thought big, I just always was like, I'm good where I am. I was in Maui, so I was surfing, so I was like, can surf every day. I would just work in this restaurant, go to work in the landscaping job. I can still go travel. Like I had enough money to kind of like live my life and be on the beach all day. So I never had like something limiting. I just didn't think in that way. And when I started thinking that way, I was like, I can do it, but I just need to get moving. And so, yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
I love that.
It's
Okay.
different.
I'm glad that you realize that, because there's a lot of people that are stuck there.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people
Yeah.
that are just comfortable. And it's like,
Yeah.
no, there's another level that you can get to. But in
Yeah.
order to do that, you got to surround yourself with other people too that are thinking that way.
Yeah.
Because if you think around, if you're making $50,000 a year and you're around other people that make $50,000 a year, there's no way that you can grow or get bigger.
Yeah.
But if you start surrounding yourself with other people that are making $200,000 a year, then you're like, oh, you see somebody that it's possible because
Exactly.
they've done it, and it makes you want to do it too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's powerful.
That's totally true. But yeah, I mean, it's different. Like when I was in Maui, I was like, I just didn't care about it because it's true. Nobody else cared about it. We were just all kind of like hanging out, surfing. We had a good time.
Yeah.
So you don't care. But at some point, it's like there's a switch,
Mm-hmm. Yep, and you had that earlier than later, because there's some people that don't have it until later.
Yeah.
Who would you like to dedicate this podcast to?
My fiance Karen and my baby Omek. Yeah,
Very good.
for sure.
I love it.
Yeah.
Anybody that's listening to the other side, if they have questions for you,
Mhm.
if they're looking to join to be part of your team, or if they're
Yeah.
looking to do business with you, what's the best way that they can get a hold of you?
They can call me.
What's your phone number? We'll put it in the description too, but
Yeah.
I'll have you say it too as
Call
well.
me anytime. 480-476-4543.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And we'll make sure we'll put your Instagram and the website and
Yeah.
your phone number in your bio, so they can reach out to you that
Yeah.
way too as well.
Yeah, anytime.
Yeah.
If I don't answer, I usually get back to you in a few minutes.
Very good.
Yeah.
Very good. Okay, cool. Well, hey, until next time, guys, we will see you very soon where we shatter limiting beliefs. This is Ben talking about being a construction owner. Let's get it.